South Carolina after coming halfway across the country?
Oh, it's a little warmer for sure. I was just telling him I was getting a hard time the other day for wearing flip-flops right now, but I'm like, hey, I don't have to worry about snow getting between my toes. I wear shorts and T-shirts all the time, but no, I'm really enjoying it. I'm liking it out here and getting settled in after with school and football, and it's been really great.
Adam, how did the process go about you getting here? Was it as soon as Coach Bobo left that you knew that you wanted to leave and maybe come here? How did that go?
No, it wasn't. It took me a while. I love CSU. I love that program, that school, and that was my home. But after things happened, I gave it some time, just figured out what I wanted to do, and having graduated and got my degree, and this is the 6th year, so it's a bonus year, and so I want to take this opportunity and just explore my options and see what else see what else was out there for me, and just get a new opportunity, experience a new place, new people, and just new experience.
Had you ever been out to South Carolina before for any camps, vacation, anything like that?
No, I'd been on the East Coast, but not to South Carolina.
Right now, how much are you working at fullback versus tight end?
It's probably about 50-50. My fullback, the position I'm playing is more tight end, wing position, and fullback. Kind of just depends. But it's probably about 50-50.
How much are you almost like teaching some of this offense to these guys, since you know it better than I'm guessing all of them?
Yeah, we're teaching a lot, kind of teaching on the fly, and the coaches have been doing a great job, since we've been here, of installing it. But also, I'm just kind of that coach on the field, and then a little bit on the sideline too, just correcting and helping as I see.
What do you think of Alinsky?
I like him. I think he's a good kid, good leader. He's picked up his offense pretty well. Being in 4th, 5th week we've started going through it, and I think he's going to be a big factor for us.
How do you think Colin Hill will affect him?
I think it's going to be competition, but I think it's going to get everybody better. Competition is going to make this team better, and it's going to help us win.
How much did y'all do? Were y'all under center versus in the shotgun under Mike at CSU? You think?
I don't know. There's a good balance, I would say. We did a lot of stuff under center, but some stuff in the gun, a lot of different variations of plays.
What's the difference for those of us who are fairly ignorant of this intricacies of it? What's the difference offensively being under center and then shotgun in terms of what you can do?
Under center, for our offense, the stuff we run under center, a lot of times we have some variation of it, or you run very similar to something, in the shotgun. So a lot of it's just different looks for the defense, different way of seeing things, motions, shifts. So really, it's eye candy for the defense.
In the run game, on a handoff, what's the difference in terms of your vision and your angles under center versus in the shotgun? Is there any?
For me, at playing fullback,
it's a little different because you're closer.
Yeah, and for me, it's not too much different. I'm usually lined up fairly in similar positions. For the halfback, it's a little different, a little adjustment as far as reads and stuff, but for the most part, it's pretty much the same.
Is it better coming out from under center for the tailback, do you think? Can he see better and have more angles?
I would say so. You get a more full line visual versus when you're in the shotgun, you're kind of just seeing half line. But under center, I'd say you have a clearer read.
What is it about Mike Bobo and apparently your affection for him that would lead you to leave a place that you loved at Colorado State but follow him here to South Carolina?
I just think he's a great leader, and I believe in the offense and the system that he runs, and I believe it can be very effective. And I think it's proven to be effective. We were at CSU, and I think it's going to be very effective here.
How can you open up this offense? What can you bring to this offense?
I'd say physicality and, coming in, my knowledge of this offense and helping guys learn it and picking up quickly. And then just leadership, getting the guys rallied around each other and being that dominant offense I know we can be.
Sure, you've already seen them around in the meeting rooms and all, but a lot of people mention Patrick DeMarco and Hayden Hurst as guys you could potentially be. Have you tried to, look at their games while they were here or what they're doing now in the pros?
I haven't had a chance yet, but that's something I'm definitely looking into these next few weeks and start watching them play and as spring ball ramps up.
Do you have a favorite fullback, whether in the NFL or somebody else over here?
I'm a San Francisco 49er fan, so I've watched a lot of Juszczyk and watched how he plays, and I think some of his plays and some of the plays that the 49ers run are similar to our offense, and a lot of the motions and stuff that he has, it's similar to how we move around.
What do you think of Marshawn Lloyd so far?
I think he's a good player. He's very explosive, very physical. he's picking up this offense pretty well. I think he's going to be a good factor for us.
The SEC certainly thinks that it invented football, but as somebody who played at CSU, what was an outsider's view of the SEC, and was coming to play here part of your motivation for coming to South Carolina?
Yeah, I mean, from the outside, this is the top tier level football, and you want to be able to prove yourself and show people what you can do at that top level. So that was a pretty big draw for me to be at this level and get this experience and play competition, great competition every week.
What's Mike Bobo like? Ryan says he's hilarious.
He is pretty funny, especially knowing him as long as I did. I've seen a lot of different sides of him. But I love him. He's a great guy and he's a funny guy. But he's very passionate about what he does, and but he's a good teacher.
What's it like when he gets on you? Ryan says people are like in their heads now about not wanting to have him get on.
He'll get on you. He'll for sure get on you. But he'll get on you, and then a couple seconds later, put your arm around you and be like, okay, this, and talk you through it too. So it's kind of a little tough love. Like, I'm gonna get on you, but then I'm gonna put my arm around you and coach you up.
What's the funniest thing he's ever said to you? Whether that's hard coaching or just in general in a meeting or something.
Funniest thing. I don't know. Like the last couple of years or a couple of years ago, he called me RoboCop. So I was very robotic and I got to get this guy. If I don't get this guy, something's wrong. So come on, RoboCop, come on. So that was probably just the little nicknames and stuff like that.
Ryan is a kid who had gotten a lot of national notoriety because of his backstory and his family and all that. Had you heard of him before you came here, and then when you finally got to meet him, what was your impression based on what you may or may not have heard?
I hadn't heard too much. I mean, I hadn't heard of his name and knew who he was, but I didn't know much about his history and his backstory.
What was he like when you met him?
He's a very, very welcoming guy, and that was really just the vibe from the whole team. Very welcoming, hey, how you doing? Like, if you need anything, let me know. Like, transition, how you doing? Like, how's your transition going? How's classes? And just very invested in us as people and as players, but very welcoming and inclusive.
Anything else for Adam?